The vast chamber of the Galactic Academy of Psyonics buzzed with energy, the air shimmering with the psychic fields of countless alien species. To humans, this was sacred ground, a chance to prove they could compete with the galaxy's brightest minds. Yet, to the alien elite, Earth's representatives were little more than a joke. "Look at the Terran," sneered a Xenaric, its gelatinous body pulsating with luminescent disdain. "Bringing a brain the size of a walnut to a galaxy-class competition? Hilarious." The object of their ridicule was Daniel Carter, a pale, bespectacled human, seated at his station in the arena. He adjusted his glasses and ignored the laughter. He was a nerd. A lifetime of RPGs, tech tinkering, and quiet introspection had prepared him for this, not physically but mentally. The Galactic Academy's test wasn't one of physical strength. It was a battle of minds, of raw psychic potential. Earth had sent Daniel not because he was the best-trained human psychic, but because he had something the others didn't, an unparalleled ability to adapt under pressure. As the challenge began, the Archon, a towering crystalline entity, floated to the center of the chamber. Its voice resonated in the minds of all present. "The trial of force begins. Harness the latent energy of the Psi Nexus. Shape it, wield it, fail, and be expelled from the Academy forever." The aliens erupted into focused action. Tendrils of psychic energy twisted and coiled in vibrant displays as participants manipulated the Nexus, bending its immense power to their will. Meanwhile, Daniel sat frozen. His mind raced, but he felt nothing. "You can't even tap into the field, Terran," a reptilian Zelther hissed mockingly. "Perhaps you should try a child's puzzle instead." Daniel ignored the jabs. He closed his eyes and focused. He had studied countless theories on psionics, ancient Earth meditative practices, and quantum consciousness. "Think, adapt, survive," he reminded himself. Then it happened. A spark. The alien laughter faltered as Daniel's presence in the psychic field began to grow. It wasn't elegant or refined like theirs. It was raw, chaotic like a storm. The Psi Nexus pulsed in response, acknowledging his connection. The Xenaric floated closer, eyes narrowing. "Impossible. No Terran should wield power like that. You're a fluke." Daniel smirked. "Maybe. Or maybe humans are more than you give us credit for." The second trial began. Combat. The Nexus energy solidified into constructs of the mind, and the participants hurled them at one another. Daniel struggled at first, narrowly dodging a telekinetic blade that nearly severed his connection. "You're out of your depth, monkey," bellowed a Bracther, a massive insectoid alien whose psychic axe loomed large. Something inside Daniel snapped. He had been mocked his entire life for being a nerd, for dreaming of things beyond Earth, for believing that intelligence could rival strength. Now, facing annihilation, he realized the truth. He didn't just belong here. He was better. The Psi Nexus surged as Daniel opened himself fully to it. The chaotic storm of his mind coalesced into precision. He raised his hand, and a shimmering lance of pure thought shot forth, piercing the Bracther's construct and shattering it. The arena fell silent. The Xenaric, desperate to reassert dominance, launched a devastating psychic wave at Daniel. But he was ready. With a calm mind and an iron will, he deflected the attack, redirecting it into a barrier of light that surrounded him. Daniel didn't stop there. He reached deeper into the Nexus, connecting to something primal. He felt the presence of the aliens, every jeering voice, every mocking thought, and turned their collective disdain into fuel. "You wanted to see what a human could do," Daniel said, his voice carrying across the arena. "Here it is." The arena erupted into a spectacle of light and energy. Daniel wielded the Nexus like an extension of himself, crafting intricate constructs that outmaneuvered and overpowered even the most seasoned psychics. He didn't just win, he dominated. When the dust settled, the Archon floated forward. The trial is complete. The human has surpassed all expectations. You are no longer merely a student, Daniel Carter. You are a force. The alien stared in stunned silence as Daniel stood tall, the Psi Nexus still swirling around him. He adjusted his glasses, a smirk tugging at his lips. You underestimated us. Big mistake. From that day forward, the name Daniel Carter became legend, a reminder that even the smallest, most underestimated force could change the galaxy. And for the first time in history, humans were no longer seen as the underdogs. They were contenders.